Ready, Freddie?
Yes, ma'am.
Okie dokie. Okay, welcome to Pap Smear Podcast, where we don't just scratch the surface, we go deeper. This is our very first Malibu edition, and I could not be more excited for my best friend, Miss Taniya Nayak, who is an interior designer. She's a TV star. She is the brightest light. And my dog is barking.
Yes.
Yeah. And my dog is
He's
barking.
happy. He loves us.
I know.
He wants to be part of it.
But your intro was good. It
was
so I already did
perfect.
it.
It was
Yes.
great.
Okay. All right. So our very first Malibu edition, which just feels lighter and brighter. And
Fresh.
the fact that you finally came to visit.
I know. I can't even. Now, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to get rid of me. I've moved in.
See? Isn't it amazing?
It's heaven on earth.
know.
I call it my Malibu rehab, even though I have a glass
This
of
morning
champagne
she
in my
was like,
hand.
I feel like I'm in rehab.
Yeah.
Although minus the quit drinking thing.
Exactly. As long as I can go to rehab and still have a cocktail, I'm in.
This
Sign
is
me
it.
up.
This is it. But
This is
see,
it.
you finally came out to see what all the hype is about and you're feeling relaxed. What time did I get up today?
Do you really want me to tell everybody?
I got up at 12:30 p.m.
12:30. I thought you were dead.
I've not been this relaxed in a long time. And you even said it yesterday that you feel more relaxed this
In one
last
day.
couple days.
In one day. I arrived, I put my suitcase in my little guest quarters. This place is unreal. Okay.
Settled right
I'm
in.
just going to tell you, I get it. I get it.
Now you
because
get
it's like
it.
when you have your best friend in your life, you want them to be a part of everything.
Yeah.
Like you want them to know all the pieces.
Yes.
And so now I know this piece, which has been a part of your life for a couple of years now. And I did not know it.
I know. So welcome.
thanks.
And just having you on the podcast. So here's the funniest part. You can tell everybody.
There's a lot of funny things.
Well, when I asked you to be on the podcast, you said,
Fuck you. For
that's
good reason.
verbatim.
For good reason.
And she starts dying laughing because what happened?
So I had started a podcast, and now that you're in this world, you know it's not easy,
No.
right? It's not easy. You have to get your guests, you have to do your research, and you want names that you're comfortable with while you're starting to learn how to do this. So I'm like, Allison, I just started my podcast. Will you do it? And you're like, I hate podcasts. I hate being
Yes.
on them. So I was like, okay, but can you just do it for me? You said, sure.
And when did you want to do this podcast?
Wait, so I don't think you remember, because there were 3 times I tried. And you know how much baggage this is, the microphones and all the equipment.
I do.
So the first time I brought it to Battle on the Beach, I was hoping I'd get you and Ty. I got nothing.
I didn't
Zeros.
even know that.
Oh yeah, I had it with me. I'm sure I mentioned it. It just kept getting brushed aside. Second time, I'm in Chicago. I brought my stuff with me to
brought your
Chicago,
podcast stuff.
to your dream home. Just sat there. It was a lot to pack.
I didn't know that.
Yes. And then the third time,
Oh, yeah. The third time is the one I remember.
I brought it to Tulum.
Yeah. We're
I
on
brought
our
it to
Tulum vacation.
Yes.
And you're like, do you want to do the podcast
Yeah.
in Tulum? And I said, yes. But what happens in Tulum?
No, what happened in Tulum is, I swear to God, you probably took a sleeping pill purposely so you would not have to do the podcast that morning. So you slept until, I think, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm like, I'm an early bird. So I got up, I had my breakfast, I worked out, I checked on you, you were sleeping. I did a couple other things. I checked on you, you were sleeping. And then finally, I'm like, I think this girl's dead. She's dead.
Because this was our first vacation
But it
together.
was just an excuse to not do the
No,
podcast.
I
is what
really sleep
think.
that long. My normal
Well,
me.
now I know.
Now you know.
Now
but
I
my
know.
normal me is I could sleep the whole day away.
But anyway, just so you know what a great friend I am.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here doing
my
your
favorite
podcast
friend.
on the first ask.
I know.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Well, I did not know you had 3 asks, so I feel like a dick.
You should.
But you said yes. Now you're here. We've been doing the whole weekend together. It's the 4th of July weekend.
so
And now it was
fun.
like just this amazing, relaxing
Oh my
day.
gosh. Wait, we should tell everybody who is actually listening and not watching right now that we're in bikinis right now, aren't
No.
we?
You want to make them try to watch. The whole plan today was we're going to go straight from the beach because we're right on it. And we're
Yep.
just going to be in our bikinis and do the podcast together.
And then what happened?
The whole plan was that we were locked into it. We agreed on it.
Well, it's so battle on the beach of us. Like it's
Yes.
normal. It's not a thirst trap or anything like that. It was us just coming from the beach, being in our Malibu mindset.
Yep.
And
But
doing
now
a
we're
podcast.
in full jeans and tank tops. Because what happens? The first thing is Tanya refuses to wear the bikini.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
So then now I'm in a bikini.
I can't
then
sit next
I had
to
my
you
hair
in a bikini.
Oh, bullshit.
Are you kidding me?
Are
No.
you kidding me? You just
Yeah.
did your cool, like, sexy dance on the beach.
we gotta talk
We'll
about
talk
that.
about that. So now we're in jeans and tank tops because
fine.
I then had a bikini top on. Then that became a tank top with the jean shorts. Then
You had
the
a
jean
hula
shorts.
skirt on.
Yeah, I had a very like paradise kind of like florally skirt on.
Yeah.
And then the bruises on my leg
We
were
won't
not
even talk about
translating
that.
on camera.
I don't want to discuss.
I don't know
your
what I
bruising.
did. I
You
ran on-
bruise so easily.
I do.
It's the
I've
weirdest
got to be
thing.
anemic or something.
I mean, always. You always have
Always
three bruises.
Yeah. And I look like I like get in fights all the
Yeah.
time. So let's talk about how we met.
Yes.
Okay. So we were doing Battle on the Beach. It was season 1 and it was during COVID. And it was on the back end of COVID, which meant that we had to fly in
3 days.
3 days earlier to quarantine and
Just
test.
sit there.
Yeah. In Floribama.
Yeah.
Okay. The Gulf Shores, which is AKA
Don't say it. The best beach on earth.
it was so unlike anywhere I had ever been. And so to be doing this new show, to be doing it with you, I know Ty really well. So you
Yeah.
were kind of new to me.
Right.
And because we were quarantining, we were staying in these condos and I was like up a couple floors and I'm like, I wrote you and I'm like, hey, I just landed. Do you want to hang out? So I came to your apartment. Then we ended up going to that trashy bar with
Yeah.
the alligators
Which
everywhere.
You made us move seats
Yeah.
14 times.
It's my
That
thing.
was my intro to you. That
It's-
was like,
I know.
That was my, hi, I'm Allison. And we moved seats 14 times.
well,
I'm like,
you know,
oh my God.
now you know me
Yeah.
and I can't deal with like loud noises. It's too much for my like brain. And so we had to move because there were like screaming children and then there were screaming adults and then there was like really bad music and then blah, blah, blah.
We nestled into a nice corner seat.
Yeah. And what happened? How long were we out?
Well, we went out and then I said I had wine at my apartment. You're like, great, let's go back to your apartment. I was like, okay, perfect.
This is like
now,
1
I
a.m..
had a time difference because I was coming from the East Coast. So it was later for me.
I was coming from Chicago. It was
Yeah.
only 1 hour later.
Same time.
Okay, grandma.
Okay, cut to 4 a.m. And I was like, get out. Like,
She kicked me out of her place.
Literally fell in love with you, but I was like, get out. I can't do this anymore. I have to go to bed. It's incredible. I swear to God, it's the thing I love about you the most. You have this childlike thing in you and you just go, you're so, what were we talking about at the grocery store? You said something and it was so
Ruffles.
Ruffles. The way you were talking about Ruffles,
Yeah.
if anyone
Chips.
heard you, they were going to buy all the Ruffles in, say it the way you said it.
Like, wouldn't it be great if we had some like ruffles?
But you talked about Ruffles for hours and then we got to the store and how many bags of Ruffles?
I bought
did
like a single serve
you-
Ruffles.
I was like, that's it?
Because it was 4th of July and we were going to do this big old thing, burgers and Cheetos.
French onion dip.
And French onion dip, you know, the sour cream
Yes,
with like
the old
the
school.
Lipton's mix. And then I was like, Ruffles. And you just love the word.
I don't know. But it's something you do. I don't know why you say everything so animated that you make everything stupid sound so exciting. Like the best thing on the planet.
Because life is so fun.
I know.
But you have to like really get into it and embrace it.
Yeah.
So whether it's eating Ruffles or hanging out till 4 a.m. or doing like our own just version of the Gulf Shores where it's like, if you're in
Yeah.
it, embrace it.
Right.
So now we're on day 2 together. We just have met and we go to like do a full day of Target. Do you remember?
Yes.
So we go to Target together.
We spend like $500 each easily. It's like,
So much.
what are we doing here?
Bikinis and hats and
The dumbest of
Yeah.
the dumbest
Dumbest
most
shit.
useless things.
Yeah.
But we used them.
Then we went to like this trashy Margaritaville type place, and I can eat and drink literal garbage and never get sick.
Can I share a little bit about your garbage habits?
Yes.
So when you and I started texting before we left for Battle on the Beach, I texted you and I was like, hey, like, what do you like to drink? I mean, like, it was really us just kind of getting to know each other. And before you responded, I was like, I'm a purist. I love tequila. I like bourbon. Like, I like things neat.
Clean.
You never responded, and then I'm out with you because you're like in such good shape. I'm thinking this bitch doesn't even, whatever. Like this one's drinking clean tequila, reposado on the rocks. You were ordering bushwhackers, and I literally was throwing up every time you ordered so many. You'd have 7 in a night.
I could drink.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it was our first dinner together with production and Ty and you and the network. And everyone's like, what are you having to drink? And I said, I'll start with a mudslide.
You did not say mudslide. And by the way, you said bushwhacker the way you said ruffles.
Yeah,
you were like, I'll have
bushwhacker.
Bushwhacker.
I'll take a bushwhacker.
Bush.
Makes you want one.
No, it does not.
Then I had a dirty martini, extra dirty, with blue cheese olives.
That's so disgusting.
Then I had a glass of Merlot.
That's disgusting.
Then I had a Moscow Mule.
Ew, I can't.
And then I had 10 more Moscow Mules.
And then guess who woke up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed like nothing ever happened the next day?
Me.
You. This girl.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest thing.
I know. And that's why I quit drinking. Because my stomach was turning into garbage.
You literally ruined my life when you
But
said
I was
I'm not
like, I
drinking
ordered
anymore.
like oysters, like fried oysters. And I was like taking those down with
You'd
like a
eat
mudslide.
sugar, candy, bags and bags and bags
I know.
of candy.
I wish I could sit there and I wish I could have made you really like feel like you got me right. Like I was clean eating and all this stuff. Like I eat what I want, then I work my ass out.
Yes, you do. Yeah, you do. And that's why no one would ever believe it. Nobody. Right?
I just like to eat. I think that's like what connects people is like meals and cooking and.
Well, so that's the other big mystery that people probably don't know, and I as well, because for the first 2 years that we did Battle, okay, so we had our own separate apartments. When we first started.
Season of Battle on the Beach, we lived separately.
But we kept going to each other's place and having dinner every single night to the point where we're like, this is so dumb. It was actually a lot of work to carry the groceries from my place to your place. So we said, can we just move in together? And then we ended up.
You were more skeptical about moving in.
Was.
And it was almost like we were like a couple. And I was like nervous to ask you to live with me. I was like how do I do this?
Does she mean it? Or she just, then I realized like, you don't say anything you don't mean.
Never.
Never.
So I was like, do you want to like live together?
I was more skeptical.
I was so nervous. And you were like, well, we get up at different times. Like you were kind of like.
I was giving you all the red flags.
Pressing back.
I wanted you to know all the things before you made this commitment to me.
You were like making me not want to ask. And then I was like,
did you really feel that?
Well, because you were like, I wake up early and I do this and I do that. I'm like, okay,
that's
shit.
So
okay.
Really?
I know. It was like acting like you were like my boyfriend. I was asking you to move in.
Yeah. Like, are we going to have are you going to put your toothbrush in my bathroom?
Yeah, like it was weird.
Yeah.
So then you said yes on season 3.
No, season 2. No,
season 3.
Okay.
And we ended up living together.
It was the best thing ever.
It was the best thing ever. Waking up in the morning because you were the happiest person to wake up next to. Like we're not in the same bed.
Despite what people, we've had a lot of rumors of us being lesbians.
A lot of people think we're like lovers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we live together.
Yeah.
3rd season. But all through these seasons, now we're in like year 3 of being friends. When I meet you, I'm in my early 40s. And I am like, okay, I'm good. I have my friends.
Yeah,
that's it. Life is good. I'm comfortable.
Don't need any new friends.
Don't need any more. I've got a core group that I love. And then you come dancing into it. And it was immediate. And it was like mutual. Like we were like, we couldn't get enough of each other.
I know.
Battle ends. Season 1's over. And we're like, how do we see each other again? We planned Tulum. And that was our first trip together.
That's
and then
right.
it was plan after plan after plan.
We've done P-Town.
Yep.
We
have an annual trip
to P-Town.
which is in the Cape.
the best.
Best time of our lives.
And then we've done Tulum.
Which is, by the way, when people started to think we were lesbians.
Well, yeah,
because we were in P-Town.
Was it our Ken and Barbie hats that we wore, you think? You were Ken?
I was Ken.
I was Barbie.
Of course I was Ken. My testosterone.
Yeah, you have your pheromones. Don't even get me started.
We'll talk about that.
I'll talk about it right now.
Okay.
I mean, we're on Battle on the Beach, and this one doesn't matter where she walks. She'll walk with her team, and I'll be with my team, and all of a sudden she shoots this pheromone web like Spider-Man. Like you shoot your web out. You don't know you're shooting it out.
I'm not doing it on purpose.
You have no control over it. It just shoots. And literally people's husbands, strangers on the beach, children, dogs, they're all just coming towards you in a trance, like a total trance.
Children, dogs.
Obsessed. It is the most interesting, fascinating thing to watch.
Tanya tells the story of her contestants. And I don't know what season it was, but who cares?
Yeah, right.
But you were talking to your contestants.
Literally walking in one direction to the left, you're walking to the right. And my contestant turned around and started following you. And it was like...
And I have nothing to do with him.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
He's in the middle of your conversation.
It's insane.
Yeah, just walking towards me.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but it's something. It comes on and I don't know what's happening.
My dog is obsessed with you.
Your dog is like, yeah, it's
Obsessed.
like stocky, sort of.
He just stands there and stares at you. And then my dog, I have an English bulldog who actually doesn't drool, believe it or not.
So she tells me.
He does not. He's not a drooler. I swear to God. I swear to you.
Okay, well, do you think I think that anymore?
No. Because he literally looks at you and starts drooling. And I'm like, oh my God.
We FaceTimed your husband yesterday, who was with your dog. And then your dog sees me on the FaceTime. And his head pops up and his ears pop up and he starts licking his slobber.
Yeah, he was like licking his lips.
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
Weird.
It's weird.
It's weird.
That's why when you said children and dogs.
But our best friendship started then. And I remember, I think it was Kyle from HGTV, who I was talking to him. And he's like, oh, I was just talking to, we just met. We had just met, just like a couple days at this point. So I was talking to Allison and she just couldn't stop talking about how much she loves you. And I was like, oh my God, that made me so happy. And I'm like, I literally feel the same way. And it's such a nice, refreshing thing. Because you were saying, like, when you're in your 40s, which I'm also not, I'm in my 50s.
You were.
Yeah. Well, I was in my 40s,
Yeah.
You're right, at the time. And I think it's rare. I think one of the things that connected us, and without even realizing it, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. We don't have kids, right? So both of us were adults. We don't have children. We love to live life. We love to have fun. We love to just go. And I don't know that the children thing has anything to do with anything, but it's rare when you meet someone at this age, because a lot of times you see moms have something in, like giving birth is something that is, I've never experienced
Unbeknownst
it, right?
to
like,
me.
It's something that bonds people.
Maybe.
Right? Like if you're a mom, that's a bonding thing. We're bonding because we're not. And I think that's a real thing too. Like the fact that we are at this age of our lives, we've both tried, we've both had our thing.
Yeah, but like very, very different paths.
Yeah.
And we talked about that right away, which was like, that was actually one of our first conversations when we were in the Gulf Shores was, did you ever want kids? And you told me your story. Tell everyone your story. Like, you were just asked this yesterday by one of our friends. Like,
it was 7 rounds of IVF, 2 pregnancies. But I will tell you with all of my heart and soul, and like for anybody who is going through it, I promise you, I think that what was meant to be was meant to be. And I literally could not have imagined my life. You think we're kind of built to have kids, and all of our friends have kids. And when you don't have a kid, there's a level of feeling like a bit of a failure to some extent.
For you?
For me, sure. Yeah.
Well, you can only speak for you.
I can only speak for me, right?
So when did you feel that?
Well, I'm trying and I'm trying and I'm trying and it's not happening. And it's like, well, what? I'm healthy. I was producing gajillions of eggs. Like my doctor, I would go in for my ultrasound and she's like, my gosh. She's like, you've got like the eggs of a 20-year-old. And I was like, but don't tell me that, because now I'm like set up for thinking this is a sure thing. And then, step by step, we got to the point and it just didn't happen. And I will tell you, in the moment, I didn't know it was going to be okay. Today, I know it's okay.
Yeah.
And I'm really, truly like, I feel like I love my life and I'm in the life I'm supposed to be in.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
But when did you feel like, were you feeling like a failure when it wasn't working only, or did you then continue to feel some sort of failure after?
I mean,
like how long did it take you? Because you try 7 rounds,
right.
2 failed pregnancies. Mm-hmm. You want a family at that point.
Right.
So when did you stop feeling like a failure, which you never were, but when did you stop,
or when did I start?
When did you stop feeling like a failure?
I stopped feeling like a failure when I think I was 46 at the time. And Brian, my husband, and I decided that we were going to try surrogacy. So we're like, you know what, let's go down this route.
I don't think I know this.
No, I don't think you know this. And so we had the conversation, and I film a show every year over the holidays. So it
called the
Great
Christmas Light
Fight, right? And I was like, okay, well, when I get back, or whatever it was, whatever time frame it was, I was like, well, we'll start this. So I realized he and I both did nothing. Like, it was a lot of paperwork. It was a lot of doctor's appointments. It was a lot of everything that we had to fill out in order to get to the point to be able to do the surrogacy thing. And neither of us touched the paperwork. And I think both of us
Did you talk about it?
No. We
So
didn't.
just individually didn't do anything about it?
Individually, neither one of us touched this paperwork. And then I filmed Light Fight. And my birthday, I know this is stupid information, but my birthday's in February. So suddenly I'm a year older, right? So now all of a sudden I'm 47. And I'm like, so what am I going to do? It takes 2 years, sometimes they say, to get this whole process going with surrogacy, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't want to be 49. And I commend there. I have one of my best friends just had a baby at 48. I know someone else that had a baby at 50. And I think it's amazing for them. It's not what I wanted.
Yeah.
It's not. At that point, I'm like, let's shut it down. And you know what I said to him? Yeah, this might be controversial, like whatever. But
who cares?
I meant it in a way that was something, it meant something to me and him, to Brian and I.
Yeah.
I was like, let's just live the life that we can live, that we don't have kids. Like, let's travel a lot, like do the things that we can do, a little extra money because we, of this, like we can.
Because how much did you spend on it?
A lot.
What do you think your total spend was?
A couple $100,000.
Ugh.
7 rounds.
Yeah.
I mean, I was lucky because Boston, you get insurance coverage for some
like
X
2
amount of
rounds or something.
Yeah, like you get a number of rounds. So
because you had Blue Cross.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blue Cross Blue Shield.
They're really good.
In Boston, in Massachusetts, Illinois, and I think only one other state. For Blue Cross Blue Shield, do you get like 2 rounds free?
Yeah, it was, I think
Something
it was a little
like that.
more than 2 rounds, but
Yeah.
I do know it was like one time, one of the rounds had to stop halfway, then we had to pay. So whatever it was.
But a couple $100,000, 7 rounds
almost
later.
There, yeah. And it was like, I don't know. It was just kind of a moment. Like, I will tell you, there was one thing that was very much of a life changer for us was when we went in and we found out that that there was no heartbeat on the second pregnancy. And I'll never forget it. Brian was like elbows between his knees, hand in head, just so upset and so sad about it. And I looked at Brian and I said, and the ultrasound technician was in the room, and I was like, listen to me. I go, listen to me right now. I said, you and I are going to grieve the loss of this. We have 2 days. We're going to do 2 to 3 days of grieving. And after that, nothing is going to change the outcome of what just happened. So we can grieve for a month if you want to grieve for a month. It's not going to change it. So let's grieve, but then let's heal. Like, let's get to the other side of it and let's just focus on our life. And that's why when I say jokingly, let's live the life that our friends with kids can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's not even joking. It's just a different life.
It was just a way to get us out of that darkness and to say.
Did it work for Brian?
It did.
Yeah?
It did. It really did. And I can't tell you how much that helped. And the ultrasound technician, she looked at me and she was just like, okay. She's like, I have been through this with a lot of people a lot of times. And usually the husband's consoling the wife or whatever it is, or whatever her partner is consoling. And I was like, I don't know where I got that thought from, but it just felt like the truth. The truth is I'm not going to wallow in this because it's not going to change the outcome.
Yeah.
Right.
But even your outlook, you can easily say that like, hey, 2 days of grieving, I'm moving on. But you can't really tell someone else to do it. But that's why I was wondering, did your husband also...
That's a great perspective, right? But it was almost like sometimes someone just needs to hear it.
Yeah. But did he follow it?
He did.
And did you check in with him?
I did.
And now when I see, just when I see you guys together and your life that you're living and like everything happens for a reason. I've always been a believer in that. You know that.
100%.
Now, obviously as close as we are, but it's like, I don't try to live with any regrets. And I don't try to live with like any kind of like wish I would have. I tried a lot. You tried a lot. And here we are.
And this is our story.
Yeah. And like you have tons of friends that have kids. I have tons of friends that have kids. It's a different way of life that we don't know. But that doesn't mean you're a failure. That doesn't mean I'm a failure. It just means that this was the life that we ended up with.
And I think
we make the most of it.
Right. And it's important to remind yourself that you're not a failure because I think a lot of people going through it, it feels like it at the time.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I can't imagine because I felt so much guilt going in knowing that I may not want children, but that I need to, for me, I want to freeze them. So I have some sort of insurance policy if I change my mind. But there was a whole lot of guilt going into the office every other day to, get my ultrasound and get my blood work because all these women in there, what I noticed in the clinic was that they were like full of shame, heads down.
Really?
Not wanting to really look around or see each other. Very different
That's
vibe.
Too bad. I think it's more common now than
But it's still
realize.
like you said, you felt like a bit of a failure. And so many women will resonate with that have gone through this and failed at it.
Right.
And so I think there was shame for me versus failure. I had the shame of, gosh, I really don't know if I want this, but here I am doing so much of it. And I feel bad that I'm coming in here not having any feelings.
Which is a whole other thing and a real honest conversation to have. You shouldn't feel like you should have to have children just because society says you have to have kids, right? That wasn't what necessarily you wanted, but I love that you did the insurance policy of freezing your eggs. You never know.
Who knows?
You never know.
What if my little nieces can't have babies one day?
I love it.
And my sister or my sister-in-law didn't freeze theirs. Maybe. Who knows? But I'm glad I did it. No regrets. My life is exactly as it should be.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. Cheers to that. I love my life. I'm so happy.
I know.
I really am. Look at me right now. I'm sitting here in Malibu with my best friend. Like,
you live such a great life. I want everybody to know more about you, like I know about you, because your life is so amazing. I mean, you started always as an interior designer, right?
No.
Oh God, don't tell me you were like a day trader.
No, worse. Worse.
What were you?
I did my undergrad in business marketing. Okay. So when I graduated, and I only did marketing because I was always creative, but my Indian parents really pushed me to do business, lawyer, doctor, engineer, like that kind of mindset. So I was like, well, I guess I'll do marketing because to me that seemed creative and business. I did that. And then I graduated and every job I had was a sales job. Allison, I was selling hearing aids for Miracle Ear.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And guess how many I sold?
2?
0. 0.
Why?
Because I cared too much. I couldn't sell. So I'd get all these sweet old people in the office. I would clean out the wax out of their hearing aids, make them sound great and give them to them and send them home. And I never made $1.
Because you just cleaned their old ones?
Clean the old ones. One guy came in to the office one day, his ears were massive, like this, like that.
That's how big the ear was.
It was like that. And he's like, crotchety old man, I hate these hearing aids. He was like, they don't work. And I'm like, well, let me take a look. Like, I think I'm a doctor, right? I'm in a white lab coat.
You turned into a doctor versus a hearing aid salesperson.
Yeah. I'm like, let me take a look. And I take the otoscope.
Oh, the what?
No, it wasn't even I don't even know what it's called. Is it an otoscope?
You just made it sound like you knew what it was called. You just said it like you knew.
I took the whatever it is that you look in the ears with, and I pull his earlobe down and I look in and I see this white plastic. And I'm like, what the hell is this? So I take tweezers and I go real deep into his big giant.
You're not allowed to do any of this, right?
Massive ear canal.
Okay. Okay.
And I slowly pull and I pull and I pull and I pull.
What is it?
It was
Tapeworm.
Pen cap. The man itched his ear and the pen cap got stuck in his ear, and then he pulled the pen out, but the cap stayed in, and that's why he couldn't hear. And then I put it in a Ziploc baggie, and I'm like, sir, I think you need to go see your doctor right now. I'm like, this isn't.
This is what you started off doing?
This is how I started my life.
Was selling hearing aids never. But cleaning ears out.
Yes.
And
always.
cleaning hearing aids.
That's correct.
And never selling.
That's right. It tracks though. Is that so not
It
me?
doesn't track because somehow now you can sell multi-million-dollar restaurant designs to clients.
Well,
so clearly you're not a shitty salesperson.
not anymore. I guess I have to believe in the product.
I guess so. I guess you do have to believe in it to sell it.
That was something.
So you graduate from being an
like marketing. I got my marketing degree.
Okay, so unsuccessful ear. What is it? Hearing aid salesman.
Specialist.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were not a specialist.
No, I was not.
You thought you were. You had the tools for it.
I was certainly not an audiologist. That was not.
I don't even know that word.
That's the proper, people who get trained to do it. I was literally not that.
You're a bit of a fraud with that.
I was a fraud.
Pulling pen caps out. So from there, when did you become an interior designer?
So I had this epiphany moment where I was like, I can't be doing this for the rest of my life.
You think?
I can't. Yeah. And so I walked myself into the Boston Architectural College, and I signed up for my master's in interior architecture. And the whole world got flipped upside down. And then I was doing my thesis, and there was a casting call. You know, the guys that created Queer Eye, Bobby Burke, but the OG version, Carson Kressley, Tom Felicia, those guys. The production company that did their show was doing a show on ABC Family called Knock First. And they were so cool. They're just imagine the doors that they opened with Queer Eye.
Yes.
So this show was for teenagers, and the reveal was for the parents. So we'd kick the parents out. We'd redo the whole room with the teenagers. Knock first. And then the parents would come in, and we would reveal the room to the parents. And it was such a great show. And that was my introduction to television.
You went on the casting call, got the job.
Yeah, I went in I thought I was Sporty Spice. I remember I had pink diesel track pants, a red tank top, your favorite color.
You look like Valentine's Day.
2 ponytails on the top of my head. Yeah.
That was your look?
And I got the job.
Was that like what you would look like on the streets?
I was a bartender, so I would do that when I would bartend.
You got your first job from a casting call.
Yeah, and then I just started doing
What was your first job on HGTV?
Well, so the show ended, that one on ABC Family, and I was like, oh my God, I love this so much. I don't know what I'm going to do. And
you love TV so much.
TV. And one of my producers was like, Tanya, there's a Craigslist posting.
That's how old we are.
I literally, it could have been porn. It could have been interior design porn for all I knew. It was Craigslist. And it said, looking for a young urban designer for an edgy new series on HGTV. Ooh. And I was like, I'm urban. I'm edgy. I got that because I'm...
Why'd you think you were urban?
Because I'm urban.
Because you're wearing hoops?
Yeah, because I had my big hoops on. And I'm like, I'm urban. I got this.
Okay.
So I sent them the link to my show. They called me in 30 minutes. They're like, we want to cast you for the show.
Come on. And what was the show?
That show was called Freestyle. And then
That's
show,
a very cool
freestyle, we took
urban-
what people had in their houses and reinvented their space. So Lauren, who we can talk about in a minute, but Lauren Rou, who is one of our top execs at the network, or was, he was my programming director, and I have been friends with this man for over 20 years.
He was your programming director at the network, at HGTV.
At HGTV.
When you first started.
Yes.
Okay.
And so I was on Design to Sell, and then it was like one show after another. But Lauren told me that I am the longest running HGTV talent of anybody that still has a show. Well, until
I
Battle
believe it.
on the beach. Pretty cool, huh?
I'm going to just do this.
Thank
because
you.
How awesome is that?
I know.
Like when we talk to people and you're like, yeah, I've been doing it for this long. And I'm like, Jesus. Which
It's
is,
pretty
that
wild.
is a very big deal.
It's cool,
to
and I
do
love
this job and be in this line of work and still show up, give it your all, and continue to reinvent yourself.
I love it. I love it.
Like, I remember when we did Battle on the Beach, and it was so crazy to me because I knew who you were and I knew how much you have done.
And I knew who you were.
But it was weird because you had done so much. You were also on Restaurant Impossible still.
Yeah.
While we were doing Battle on the
That's
Beach.
right.
And here I am, and I'm like, I'm the newbie, but you felt like the newbie.
I was so nervous. So I'll get to
You tell everyone, okay, you're nervous after how many years of doing television?
I've been doing television at this point for, 20 years.
So 20 plus years,
Yeah,
and now
almost
you've got
20.
Battle
Yeah, at
on the
that point.
Beach, which was what? Your first show and how long on HG?
I had a big gap on HG because I'd been doing Restaurant Impossible on Food Network. I continued to do The Great Christmas Light Fight, but I had a big gap on HGTV.
Yeah.
And okay, so part of this, there's two parts of the story. So Ty Pennington, let me start with him. Okay.
Okay.
The reason I ever got into this world of design and TV is because I would lock myself. I would tell before we had, like, I think it was BlackBerry days, maybe. Like before, we still had answering machines and landlines. I would watch Trading Spaces before he was on Extreme Home Makeover. And I would tell everybody, do not call me between 4 to 5 p.m. I'm watching Trading Spaces.
Same here.
Do not call me. And it was Ty Pennington, Vern Yip, these
Genevieve.
guys. I would look at them and say, like, that, I want to do this. And I remember Vern Yip came and did a trade show in Boston, and I went to go see him. And I was like, it was my dream. So when I got on the plane to fly out for Battle on the Beach, and I will bring you also into this mix here, but I had a moment on the plane where I was like, I cannot believe, after all these years of me doing my own television, I cannot believe I'm flying to go film a show as a co-host, not a guest, not a whatever, as a equal partner co-host to Ty motherfucking Pennington.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember calling my manager, and like I was in tears. I'm like, I don't think you understand, like, the surrealness of all of this to me it's so surreal to me. And I've done like Rachel Ray with Ty. I've met Ty a few times, but to be hosting a show was very surreal to me. And then I've always followed you and I've always loved your work and loved you. And you were just like, I remember you posted, you were in Greece and you posted like this amazing bikini shot in Greece. And I love Greece. Like that's my happy place. And I remember messaging you and be like, girl, you look insane, like amazing. And I love girls like giving other girls shout outs and
compliments
love.
And reassurance.
Yes. And you were so sweet. And you wrote back to me. And I remember there was a little bit of banter back and forth before Battle.
Yeah.
And then when Battle happened, and I was so nervous because I'm like, God, Allison's like a top ringer on HGTV. Ty is my mentor, idol person forever. I've been out of the game a little bit on HGTV. I was like sick about it. And you were so great. And like,
and you told me that like right out of the gate.
Yeah.
You're like, I feel nervous. Now I feel calm.
I felt
right?
so
Like
happy.
It was so interesting to watch you, who had been doing TV for much longer than me, feel nervous. And like you being raw, you being vulnerable, you being real with me, you opening up, because things could have gone totally different. Like you could have been a dick.
Yeah. You
And
could have been a dick.
I could have been a dick, but I'm not a dick.
You're not.
And no one can say that I'm a dick.
No.
But anyone that does say I'm a dick is probably a dick.
You know what I want to say about people who would ever say you're a dick? They absolutely do not know you. And I think the biggest misconception about you is that you're honest and you're real and you're direct. And so it can come across sometimes to some people who don't know how to take it. Like you might be a dick, but you're not.
Yeah.
And I think that it's like a lot of times people are like, what's Allison like? What's Allison like? I'm like, she is my best friend. Like she is the sweetest, kindest person. I arrived here a couple of days ago. You have not stopped cooking for me, like just doting and just being the most amazing person, and your energy and your light and your love. It's so special. And I feel bad for anybody who will never get the opportunity to experience it. I mean that.
Oh, I love you.
I love
God,
you
I
too.
love you.
It's the truth. It is the truth. You reminded me when I came out to Battle on the Beach after being away from HGTV for a big gap. You reminded me how to just be myself, have fun, play like a child, work your ass off, stand your ground, be a strong, independent
your
woman.
ground.
Yeah, stand your ground.
That was a big one for you.
Yes. And it was a lot of things. It was a lot of things. So when I explain to people how special my relationship is with you, they'll never know. They'll never know. And I don't need them to know. I know.
Well, because it's our thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love you.
I love
you. Thank you for saying that.
I mean it. Every
Because
day.
it's so funny because like you and I talk about this over and over. Things have happened to me with certain situations in my life. I, of course, come to you. You are my best friend. And you just have this perspective where you'll say things to me like that, where it's like, they don't know you then. Mm-hmm. You know, if someone's thinking that or doing that, like they don't even see you.
They don't.
And in our business, we run into that sometimes. I mean, in life.
Yeah.
What am I talking about? Who
In
gives a shit
everything.
what we do?
Everything, right.
In life, you're going to run across people who don't even want to get to know you, but instead just want to judge you. And in our line of work, I think it's intimidating to go into a new show. Any new show I go into, I'm nervous as shit.
Are you?
I was yeah, there's always this sense of nervousness that like goes away quicker than normal,
Right.
than it used to, but it's always there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous. Now, once I'm in it, I got it. But there's that initial like starting Battle on the Beach. I was nervous.
Were you?
Yeah.
No.
Yes. But I think because then I had gotten to know you before we started filming, and Ty is like my brother. I was like, this is it. This
You
is
and Ty, it is a special relationship. You two bring out the most ridiculousness of each other out. And it's so funny to watch. Like you guys, you elevate each other's childlike behavior.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous and amazing all rolled in one.
We just like poke at
Bounce.
each other, but
God.
bounce off each other. And I love how playful he is.
He's the best.
That's the best part about
Yeah.
it is like same. I don't give a shit how old you are, I am, he is. We act like children.
And
That's it. And that is the best part of life. And that's the only way I can explain it
when
is,
it's time.
but stop being so serious.
Yeah, I know.
Everyone's so serious.
But you can still be a strong-minded business person. You can still get the job done and have fun.
People don't know that.
They don't. I think that is the biggest kept secret.
I know.
It's like
because people don't know how to
secret
do it. And I'll tell
success.
you, when I went to Hoffman, it's an interesting story.
Mm-hmm.
And now talking to other people that have been to Hoffman ever since, like 3 years down every time I talked to someone that went to Hoffman, their scariest part of Hoffman was this exercise that we do where you kind of bring out your inner child.
Yes.
And that was the worst part for them.
Was that
Meaning-
the party?
Yeah, it's like bringing out your inner child through experiences and this practice.
Mm-hmm.
But that was my favorite part. My favorite part was being that childlike energy,
Right.
Because that's what I am most of my life. I don't
Where
take
do you
anything.
get that from? Where do you think that comes from?
I think it's because that's where like I got stuck. Maybe like when my parents got divorced when I was 11. Mm-hmm. I think maybe that childlike part of me never went away, maybe. But then I also had to grow up very fast.
Yeah.
Because when my parents got divorced, my mom was not at the house that much. So I became mom.
Okay.
I was like ruling the whole place. Like my brothers and sisters hated my guts. Probably. I'm like, clean up your room, turn down your TV, clean this up, do this. Like I was in charge.
Okay.
But then I think because I like always was still then very immature. I don't know. I'm making this up. I don't know what the fuck it is.
No,
I don't know why
who
I'm
knows?
that way, but it's funny because I've always been that.
I've never met anyone like it though. Like the level at which you take things. In fact, you gave me the best advice ever about April Fool's jokes.
Ugh.
You were like, you have to own it and execute. You cannot waver.
Never.
If you're going to do an April Fool's joke, you need to carry it out
To perfection.
to perfection.
And we learned this because you learned that April Fool's Day is like my favorite holiday.
Yeah.
So Battle on the Beach, season 1
gonna make me
during
cry.
COVID. I know.
Tony, I get on
Because it is the sweetest. But my favorite April Fool's Day joke was that first season, and Lauren Rou, who is was one of your best friends, and who I became extremely close with. He was my programmer.
Lost. Yes.
And then he became an executive at the network, like head of programming, the most shiny,
Light, happy,
funny,
beautiful human being on the planet.
good-hearted, like zest for life kind of human. And so I knew right away that he and I were going to always get along. And he just was always my biggest fan.
Yeah.
Always my
Always.
biggest cheerleader.
Loved you.
Believed in me so much that he was like, he saw the vision that I had, which was, I don't want to be on DIY Network anymore. I want to be on HGTV. I belong there. And to have someone like him believe in me, he became a friend of mine too. But you were like very, very close with him. So close to him that I thought, okay, well, we're both close to him. I'm going to play an April Fool's joke on Lauren where I call Lauren in panic mode.
Unbeknownst to me.
I didn't tell you.
I did not know.
Nope.
I did not know any of this.
No, you did know because I couldn't have him call you. Remember, I had
didn't.
to prep you because I was going to tell him like your husband knew.
Oh, did you call me right before you did it? But I was not a part of the planning or the scheming. You and Michael Matsumoto came up with this scheme.
Me and our producer. So I called Lauren Rou on the phone. First, I texted him. I said, emergency, call me. Then I called him and he goes, what's going on? I said, Tanya is in the hospital.
No, wait, you're missing a whole huge part of this.
What?
He was in a pitch meeting.
Right, he was in a huge pitch meeting.
Huge pitch meeting.
But he walked out of this pitch meeting.
Because you said, can you leave the meeting?
I said, you have to leave the meeting immediately.
That's what I'm talking about with the commitment.
Because you have to commit. So I said, please just walk out of this meeting. It's an emergency. And he calls me. He's like, what's wrong? I'm like, Tanya got attacked by a shark.
And he goes, what?
Freaks out. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, how did you not hear? We shut down production.
I thought Rob called you.
Rob called you. Our producer called you. I can't get in touch with Brian, Tanya's husband.
Yeah.
I know you're really good friends with him. You need to call him. He's like, what are you talking about? And then I was like, oh shit, I've gone too far.
Yeah, you went too
And then
far.
I started laughing.
Yeah.
It's all on video.
He's like,
And then he goes, I fucking hate you. Fuck you. I just totally ditched a pitch meeting for you.
And he hung up
Now I'll
on
tell you something. Thank God I have that video.
I love that you have that video.
And Lauren just passed like a
Yeah.
week ago. He just left this life. And we've been sharing videos and photos and memories and
Will you
my
send me
God.
that?
Yes.
I needed that
I'm going to send it
laugh.
to you right away.
I needed that laugh.
You know what? We're dedicating this podcast episode
I would love that.
to Lauren Rou,
That would make me so happy.
who was just one of one and doesn't feel like he's gone anyway.
I
Like
mean,
right now it's been a week and it does not feel like he's
right.
gone.
And I will say too, like the connections that I've made in my life are all intertwined. You know, there's like the 6 degrees of Kevin
Separation.
Bacon.
Oh, Kevin Bacon.
Yeah. It's literally 2 degrees of Lauren Rou.
I know.
Everybody I know is connected
I know.
to Lauren Rou.
I know.
Okay.
the world is way dimmer. I'll tell you that. And again, it's a week and it doesn't feel real. Maybe it'll feel real in New York.
I was just talking about, I literally just spoke to Brian Baltasar right before we just started this podcast. And he even said it. He's like, I don't know if it's because we live further away and we weren't around him every single day. But like Brian, anyone who knew Lauren knew that Brian, they were inseparable.
So
and their videos and their, like you did their show, House Party.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It was one of my favorite things to do because Lauren, was actually very good friends with one of my best friends, Ken, who's not in television.
Okay.
And so after House Party, and I filmed it that night during COVID again, him and Brian came over to Ken and Stevens and we did a big like dinner party.
I didn't know that.
And that's when I fucked with Lauren again with a fake spider.
I would get
him all the time.
You and your pranks.
I love pranks.
I need to share a couple of pranks that you've done. And I mean, honest to God.
Well, what did I do? We just got you in the kitchen.
Well, no, you didn't get me.
Are you shitting
Whatever.
me?
I'm
Just
on
because
to
you
you guys
didn't
now.
like scream.
I didn't
You
scream.
opened the Pringle jar.
A snake jumped out and hit me in the face. Asshole.
The old Pringle jar with a snake in it.
Such an asshole.
Is an oldie but a goodie, and it gets everyone.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
The one that really, really takes the cake. We're in P-Town. Me, you, and your girlfriend, Erin, who I love. And you're like, hey, guys, I got us all scratchies.
Scratch cards. Okay?
Scratchies, is that a Boston term?
You call them scratchies. I had never heard someone call them scratchies, but they're like
really?
the lottery scratch cards, right? Like all whatever they're called.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, that's so sweet of her. So we're all scratching our tickets.
You and Aaron, who apparently are both at that point blind. You're scratching with your quarters. We're in our little Airbnb.
Away. I don't think I had my readers on or whatever. All of a sudden, you look at me and you're like, hey, can you check this? I don't know if this is correct.
You're telling the story wrong.
No.
You and Aaron start scratching yours.
Yeah.
And I'm pretending to scratch mine because I don't want to waste one. So I'm pretending to scratch mine. Now, mind you, these are fake prank scratchers. Scratchies.
And we did not know.
Meaning every one of them is a quote unquote winner. But you assholes didn't read yours right. And it said that you won like $5 million. And I'm like, did you guys win? You're like, no, this is bunk.
Really?
This one sucks. So now I'm like, okay, well now I got to waste my scratch card because these idiots.
I didn't know that.
Yes. So I scratch my card and I go, oh God.
You're
oh
like,
my
wait a
God,
minute.
guys.
Wait.
Look at this.
And you give it to me.
And I gave it to Tanya to read.
And I put my glasses on.
But she always was trying to find her glasses. This was her move. Okay, you can't see us because you're just listening. She's tapping her chest. She's tapping her head. She's looking for her glasses always. She finally finds her stupid readers,
and
puts
I'm
them
like,
on.
oh my God, you just won $5 million.
And I'm like, what?
And I was like, you won $5 million. And
Erin
then
reads it. She's like, oh my God, what are you going to do with the money? I go, honestly, I think I'm going to like pay off this loan. And I'm like dead serious. I'm freaking out. And Tanya.
And then I look at this girl who is on television, who is on TV every single day on like across the world. And I go, oh my God, you're going to be on the news.
And I'm looking at her like, look at this idiot. She pushed her glasses up on her face like a nerd.
That's all.
And she goes, you're going to be on the news.
I don't know why that
I'm
was
like,
such a big deal to
she
me.
thinks I'm going to be on the news.
Because on the local Provincetown news.
Because I won $5 million. By the way, after this, now I had to waste my scratch card to show you that I won.
Yeah, meanwhile, we all won.
The trick was supposed to be that you won $5 million.
Which is kind of mean.
It's super mean, and I realize this now. I
I'm
played
glad
it on my
worked out the
cousin.
way-
I played it on my cousin.
Yeah.
And she she even shared with me. She goes, "This was really mean."
Mean. I think you should stick with your fake cockroaches in the
Okay,
sink.
I'm gonna stick to the fake
fine.
snakes.
Yeah.
And the Pringle
Yeah.
thing. Because the fake scratch cards are really
I'll never
mean.
forget it though. I was like, "You're going to be in the news.
You're gonna be on the news. You're gonna be famous." I was like,
Such
okay.
an idiot. Oh my
But
God.
the pranks are fun. The friendship is out of control.
Yeah.
It's what I love about it is the honesty that you have with me. The honesty, I'll always get back to you. The support like, I remember the first season of Battle on the Beach, and you were asking my opinion on things. And I gave it to you straight.
Real deal.
I said, just be more of you, because what I get to see when we're in your condo or out to dinner or wherever we are without cameras, show people that.
Well, because don't forget, having been the long running person on HGTV, I was trained very much to be hosty, right? And so all of a sudden, we're in a new era. Nobody wants that. Everybody wants authenticity, which I get now, obviously.
Completely.
But then it was like, it took a minute. It's really hard to break out of that shell. But yeah, nobody wants to see that.
I didn't want to see it, and you were standing right next to me.
Yeah, I know.
I would watch you, and I'm like, who's this woman?
That's not
because
the person
one
I
I'm
had
going to
dinner
dinner with tonight isn't going to be this way.
Right.
So if you could tone that down and just show people what I get to see, you're going to resonate more with people.
Right.
Because that authenticity, like now, thank God it's like I'm in. Now I'm trending.
I mean, your authenticity is through the roof. It's so good though, because when we first met, now mind you, this is when you were going through all your lawsuits, all your breakups, all your Donovan shit, all of it. And I would be sitting in the car with you. We'd have like a 45-minute drive to set or whatever it was. You'd be on the phone with your lawyers. And I remember thinking, she really trusts me, because this is some big shit she's talking about in front of me. But I remember thinking, she really must feel trust for me, because she is dealing with this stuff that is big. It was big. And I witnessed it all. To see you where you are now, so happy with Brant, who is a love, just a beautiful, beautiful human being. And just, I'm just so happy to see you so happy. And I'm happy that you're doing this podcast, even though you're a dick.
Even though you're a dick.
Yeah.
Well, because I didn't know I was going to get into it.
Yeah.
When I told you, I was so nervous. I'm like, oh God, she's going to hate me because I didn't do her podcast.
Yeah.
But you have been through, you came into my life at this crazy pivot for me. This time of turmoil.
I know.
And confusion, and right before Hoffman.
Yep.
And so you were there for me more than you'll ever understand or ever know, because like the laughter that you brought and the playfulness that you always had, and that you never took life, and you never take life seriously. You don't.
Yeah.
And when things get serious, we talk it out, and then we just go fuck
Have
off. Like, we live life.
Oh my! Remember my birthday? For my 50th birthday, besides going to Mykonos together, besides that trip, you were like, Brant came out to Floribama.
Yep.
And
I said, we are throwing a white trash birthday party for you.
Redneck
Riviera. Sorry.
So we went to Buc-ee's.
Redneck Riviera.
We went to Buc-ee's.
No, Floribama.
Yeah.
Floribama first. It's the bar.
No. Do you remember we went to Buc-ee's to buy our outfits?
That's right. We're in the Gulf Shores. We go to Buc-ee's. We buy these like
all the like
costumey
We had
looks.
hats that were spray painted with our names on it.
We wanted it to
airbrushed.
be like 90s. Remember, we played like our favorite songs from high school. We danced all night, more than you could ever imagine.
The best night ever. The best part was that all these women were coming up to us being like, oh my God, I love your outfit.
Yeah.
And we're like, thanks, Buc-ee's. We got it from Buc-ee's. Like literally
tie-dye,
with fudge.
Tie-dye little mini skirts, flannels tied around the waist, trucker hat. This was Tanya's 50th birthday celebration that never ended.
Fun. And then we had our like a few of our closest from the production team.
I look at Battle on the Beach. We never knew how big it was going to be.
No.
And then what would happen is we'd be walking down the street and people would lose their minds like,
Yeah.
oh my God, it's Allison and Tanya.
Yeah.
And it was that first time, that first season that we were like, oh, we've got something really good here.
This is big.
We had the most fun.
The three of us would put our bathing suits on, and we never cared if people judged us or thought it was ridiculous. We would put our bathing suits on and we would shoot our own promos all day long.
No one wanted to shoot our promos. So
we would shoot our own promos.
Ty, who by the way should be like a producer.
No kidding.
He shoots all the promos because he was like, if I don't do it, the network's not doing it. So he does these videos. He came up with the idea for us to do the Baywatch thing.
Yeah.
So we just kept doing it every year, new shoot, new ideas, until finally HGTV's like, okay, they're
we should
doing
do
funny
this.
shit. We should film it. Remember?
We had so much fun together. It was insane. I mean, the stories.
Oh my God.
behind the scenes.
So fun facts around the show, like behind the scenes stuff. So the first 2 seasons, we had our own trailers and they were on site. And Ty's trailer, we
was a
named
mess.
it. It was like
a mess.
like a homeless
No. No, it was a
camper.
something.
No, Ty loves antiquing and thrifting maybe more than me. And he would always rent a truck wherever
and
we
loads
were.
it to high heavens.
To like, you know, like the scrappers that you see in the
Yeah,
city that
Sanford
get
and
the metal and
Sons.
stuff. Yeah, Sanford and Sons. And he would always have these like things. His truck was like piled over and like tipping over. And he would bring everything to set.
Everything.
And so he lived in like a junkyard. That was his trailer. My trailer was the juice
You had the
trailer. I had a
juicery.
juice bar because I juiced all the time. This was when I was like so
We made
into
fresh
it.
juices for everybody on set.
Which now I'm
Everybody.
convinced the juice made me fat.
Well,
So much sugar. I was consuming like 12 of these a day.
They were delicious.
Delicious, but gross for you.
then
I had the
I
juicery.
started a coffee shop, and I would play Roots radio.
Yeah.
It had a vibe. There was a whole vibe.
You
And then I
had
put a-
Wi-Fi.
I had a fake
She
Wi-Fi.
put a sign out
No
of
one had
hers.
Wi-Fi. There was no Wi-Fi anywhere on the
That was
island.
the funniest part.
And I had a
was
sign.
we're in the middle of nowhere with
Free Wi-Fi.
zero Wi-Fi, and on her trailer she put free Wi-Fi, and like she made people the most delicious coffees with like
Delish.
whipped cream and caramel, and we had like a competition, and we would do like when I say like we are true friends, like. We would get together at night and we would go sing karaoke at a local bar.
Yeah.
And that local bar had these paddles that were like on the wall with
Like
portraits of
paintings of people.
And I found the woman who did
did.
those portraits.
Yeah.
And I surprised you and Ty with
Yep.
them
It was the
that
best.
night with our
own
paddles
paddle.
on the wall that are still there to this day that look nothing like us.
No.
Nothing.
Oh my gosh.
But that was like my gift to you guys. I loved doing it.
it was so fun.
I also like to buy old oil paintings, and I like to like take like an old
And paint sharks and bears.
yeah. So I take
killing
old,
people.
old like oils that have beautiful frames that are like landscape scenes, and then I do like shark attacks if they're water scenes, or I do a bear mauling.
Yeah.
And then like
Blood everywhere.
always blood.
A lot of blood.
But like so small that you don't know what you're seeing in the painting, so you have to get close, and then when you see it, you're like, that
Oh.
bear is eating that
They
fisherman.
were so good.
They're excellent
They
work.
looked like they were always there.
I need to start like a gallery.
I remember everyone would line up trying to, like, they would go buy their art at these antique shops and then line them up for you to do. I never did that to you.
No, everyone lined him up like I worked for him, and that I was painting custom paintings for people on set
In between
all the
shooting.
time, and I did.
You did.
I did it for so many
You
people.
loved it.
I wish I had him back, to be honest. I wish I had my whole gallery wall
I
of my
know.
pieces.
Yeah.
But like that show, I think the people that get into TV, especially this line of TV, if you're not really an interior designer, don't do it because
No,
you're not
you
real and
can't-
it's not authentic.
That whole life of playing one on TV doesn't work.
Right. We didn't get cast to be a designer.
No, we
got
are
cast
designers.
to be on a show as a designer.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're not fitting the part. The part's fitting to us.
Right.
And so that authenticity will always remain true and always remain more successful, in my opinion, especially as I get more and more into development.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I'm not going to put someone fake in a role. I'm not going to take an actor to make them something. Like, oh, we're going to turn you into a real
Yeah.
estate expert. We're going to turn you into a designer. Like, it's bullshit. And where are those people now? I'm not going to say any names, but I'll tell you, they're not doing what they said
No.
they were doing on TV.
Although I do
They're
think
not carpenters.
No.
They're not real estate agents because they were playing one on TV. And so
Yeah.
I will always be an interior designer. It's my true passion in life.
I know it is.
Yours too.
everybody who knows, I mean, we're in the grocery store yesterday and everyone that comes up to you, the first thing out of their mouth is, your designs are incredible, like off the charts. They're so different. You have this way of mixing vintage with modern, really making like vintage cool. It's different. I don't know what it is. It's like a really je ne sais quoi.
Ooh, you're so French.
I know, so French.
Merci beaucoup.
Is that the right way?
Now I got you into antiquing.
I mean,
a little.
I still suck at it.
You're good at it.
No,
you were
I
with
suck.
me picking shit out that I wanted, so you're pretty damn good at it.
I still suck at it, but I will say I've learned a lot.
Yeah. Well, tell what is next for you?
So right now, I'm continuing with the Great Christmas Light Fight. I think if battle,
Which you were nominated again for the Critics' Choice Awards.
I'm so excited.
Want to hear some fun fact about Tanya?
I do. Tell me.
You and I were nominated for Critics' Choice last year.
Was it
I went because I was a presenter.
No, that was reality. It was reality TV awards.
Ah, okay. Who gives a shit? We were both nominated for an award. You knew you won. You did a video for it, and I was a presenter at it, and me and Brant are sitting there, and I'm sitting there going,
you had
I hope we don't
categories.
win. I know, but I was sitting there going, God, I hope we don't win because my whole outfit is see-through. And I have to walk up on that stage, and the lights are not being turned off, so you're going to see my butthole.
Aren't you glad I didn't tell you, though? Because it would have put a whole,
I think it's funny that you didn't.
I couldn't.
Because then Tanya wins, Great Christmas Light Fight wins. She's up there, and Brant and I are like, what in the
audience,
shit?
I wasn't even there because I was filming, and it was my video.
But you're winning awards. You're getting
Brant's
nominated.
So sweet. He actually recorded, because I'm sure you recorded thinking you were going to win. And then he goes to the screen and it's me.
And we loved it even
and you guys
more.
Said, I mean, you're the
So
best.
you're going to keep doing this award winning show, Great Christmas Light Fight.
The best freaking show ever. I love it so much. And then so now that things have slowed down a little bit, it's not a bad thing. And I think anyone who is in television who is experiencing this weird time that we're living in right now, because there's a whole dynamic that's changing with television, is to just embrace what you can do, right? So for now, I'm really putting all my emphasis into my wall covering line, my tile collection, my hotel collection. I've been working so hard at it. To see it now come to light and be able to put more energy into it feels really good. And I'm not going to let myself beat myself up over, okay, so you're not filming right now. It's okay. I have been going full speed, like full throttle for the last, 20 whatever years, but the last 5 years especially, because we had Battle on the Mountain, Battle on the Beach. I had Christmas Light Fight. I had Halloween Fright Fight. I had
your other show,
Restaurant Impossible.
Your show.
They were all travel. Which one?
The one that you did separately with Lowe's.
Oh yeah, Build It Forward.
Hello,
oh my God.
Your own show.
Yeah,
like you were
you.
on the road and you've been doing this for so long.
It was so
and
chaotic.
A big thing for you was you got very scared of not being busy.
Yeah, it's
Remember?
a real thing.
This was like a year and a half ago, and you were like, okay, I'm a little slower.
Which wasn't slow at all for any normal.
No, it's all relative
standard.
though. All relative.
Yeah. And it freaked me the fuck out. And I was like, what am I going to do? So that's when I started to immerse myself into branding and really putting myself out there. And I think anyone who's trying to do it has to know it's going to take 100 no's before you get a yes. If you just have to realize it's not just going to be handed to you on a silver platter. You have to have a vision. You have to have an idea. You need to be able to sell yourself. You need to be able to pitch yourself. Like, those days of me not selling hearing aids, I'm now learning how to sell myself, and it's been good. I don't know.
Well, the art of pivoting, right?
The art of pivoting.
You thought, what am I going to do? This show didn't get picked up, or I'm not filming as much as I used to. So instead of wallowing in that and being like, woe is me, what am I going to do?
Remember my 48-hour rule? I'm not going to wallow. Nothing's going to change the outcome.
Because you can pivot. And I think if most people took that approach in life and understood how hard anything is to do, execute it, follow through, and be successful with it. But I think even more success comes from knowing that not everything is going to be successful and that you just have to move forward and not sit in that and reinvent yourself.
That's right.
Like, I'm going to have to reinvent myself. This podcast is a reinventing Allison moment.
Exactly.
And it may not work. And I'm full of fear around that. Like, this is expensive. This is not something that's easy. This is, like you said, like carrying this equipment. I only have these, but like I pay for my crew.
Right.
come and set up the cameras and the lights and like do this
It's a
stuff.
lot of work. People
It's a
have
lot.
no idea.
And
Research, booking, editing,
the booking,
setting it up.
I've been doing
It's a lot.
myself.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I want to keep doing this, but I also know that like it has to start generating money. So if it doesn't, like, what do? You're not going to just do this for fun. I'm not going to dish out money.
That's why mine ended. Because you weren't on it. I never got Allison as a guest.
No.
So
God,
my
no.
podcast failed.
I'm going to say this, like this is when you know it's definitely something that's successful when we start like doing like, and this one's brought to you by so-and-so hearing aids.
Right. If you get Miracle Ear, I'll
Can
be
you
so
get Miracle Ear
impressed.
to do something on this
100%.
podcast?
Yeah.
Can you get someone to pay me for this podcast?
It's coming because this is so good.
Do you feel it?
I feel it. I'll tell you, when you told me the name, I was nervous.
You were nervous.
I was nervous. And then I'm like, you know what? If anyone's going to do it. And the whole point of it is that it had meaning. It was scratching deeper.
No, not just scratching the surface.
Digging.
We're going deeper.
We're not digging. We're going
The podcast name scared me.
It did?
I was scared to tell the network about it.
Yeah.
So scared because I'm like, I know I'm allowed to do my own podcast, so that's fine.
But you just wanted to do right by
But
them.
I always want to do right by
Right.
them because they've been so good to me. And why would I ever do anything to tarnish that? Mm-hmm. But like even Ask Brant, I mean, I was like sitting with it, not sharing it because I was so scared to share it. And then finally I'm like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah.
And I called my programmer, Matt, and I'm like, I've got a podcast coming out next week. He's like, what's it about? Who are your guests? Tell me everything. I said, it's called the Pap Smear Podcast. He goes, oh God.
Oh God.
And I knew it.
Okay.
But I also knew that this name is perfect for me.
It is. And it gets attention. It has a little shock value.
Yeah. And it's untouchable.
Yeah.
What are you going to make fun of women's health?
Yeah.
What kind of dick would do that? You
Literally.
can't.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. You can't do that.
Yeah.
So there's fear around all of it, just like you have fear around like what's next or what's going to make it. Like you're throwing yourself into products. Those products take years and years to actually develop and then get to the consumer. It's crazy.
Everything is a process, but if you're in it, you're in it. And like, it takes time. I've been at this for 20 something years. I could not have started a product line of any nature any earlier than I did. It wasn't the time.
Yeah.
It wasn't, but.
And now everyone's going to get to see your beautiful stuff come to life.
Yes.
They're going to get to have it in their homes, on their
and
walls.
We're going to start. Should we tell everybody what we're going to pitch for a new show?
Oh, that's right. So Tanya and I have a massive addiction to these love shows.
Yes, like Love is Blind.
When
We've
we
watched
lived
every
together,
episode.
Love is Blind was on every night. We freaked out. And when we weren't with each
We'd
other,
stay
we
up
would
till
watch
like
it.
4:00 in the morning.
And we had to shoot early. And so now
Last night-
everyone's into Love Island.
And we don't know why. So we thought, let's find out.
So we watched the first episode 2 nights ago.
I threw
My
up in my
boyfriend
mouth 4
wanted
times.
to leave every second. He was like, what is going on? He fell asleep
It
immediately.
was, listen, I want to be cool and say,
We're
oh
not.
yeah, it was great. It was, I literally was throwing up.
But you wanted to watch it again.
Could not stop watching.
We don't know what they're saying because I don't know any of these fucking words.
We were like literally looking up, what was it? She said?
Glaze?
Glaze.
like, that's so glaze.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck does that mean?
I
What does
think
it mean?
I think it's a glazed donut, like it was sugar coated.
I don't know what that means. Or like everything was like, please.
Honestly.
Period.
Honestly.
Period.
Honestly.
Hey, bitch.
Hey, bitch. So anyways, we're going to start our show and it's going to be called Love Island. The golden
Love Island.
Golden Love Island.
Like the Golden Bachelor.
And we're going to show our intro
Yeah. So we're going to go film it on the beach.
Yeah.
With our names in the sand.
with that big circle.
Because I'm going to tell you something. Love Island's got this right. Their intro reminded me of the show with Nicole Kidman called The
Perfect.
Perfect Couple.
Yes.
With that
They're all
song, Criminal.
dancing.
That song is a song I'll never forget. I'll never forget the show it was on. So it was real sticky. right?
Yeah.
They did a really good job with
Right.
that open of that show.
And that's why.
And so Love Island does something similar with this awesome song
And these weird dances.
robots. You said it was AI.
I
It looks
felt
like
it was
AI.
I felt like their bodies were not their bodies.
Every
moving.
body is like airbrushed, and these people are so
Glowing.
young, and like, but I still feel so young. So then when I see them, I'm like,
I can do
I don't
that.
feel different than them, but I don't understand them. So I feel weird.
The best part is we want to start Golden Love Island, but you're so happy and I'm so happy in our relationships. Like, it's going to be the worst
Right,
show
we're not going to
ever.
date. We're just going to do the dance.
We have to do the intro.
We're going to go
period.
to the beach right out. Actually, we're going to be changing into our bikinis right now, going to the beach to go film this funny ass bit of the Golden Love Island.
Yeah.
With you and me in
I
the
need
sand.
some self-glow.
Brant's going to hold up like tin foil. We're going to get lighting right. And we're going to show everybody
I need
what
furry eyelashes.
the Golden Love Island
Yes.
casting tape looks like.
Yes. I'm going to do a hair flip and it's going to go slow-mo. Slow-mo.
One
Yeah.
of my favorite things was this bra company reached out to me to do like a post about their bras. And you remember, I didn't know what the hell to do.
It's like, give it to me.
And you give me the bras. I got you. Because I'm like, I
How'd
don't
you
want to wear the
throw her?
bra because I don't want to lie to people. I don't wear bras.
You're not a bra.
I'm not a
You're
bra
not a
girl.
bra. You're not even a nipple pad. Like, I'm a nipple
I will
pad
never
girl.
wear a nipple patch.
Yeah.
This is another thing. No one will ever say anything to me. Now, on Battle on the Beach, I know a couple times, a couple people who are in Video
Right.
Village can see my nipples. And they are like, how do we tell her to hide her nipples?
Can't say that anymore.
But you can't tell me to hide
Can't do
anything.
it. No.
Now, if they were out, you can 100% say you need to put your nipples back in your shirt. But if my nipples are popping through my shirt, then you better tell Ty about his too.
There you go.
But don't talk to me about
put
my
patches-
nipples.
put patches
I am
on.
done talking about my nipples.
Yeah.
Because I have them and I don't give a shit.
There you go.
Yeah.
And on that note,
And on that note, let's go get our bikinis
Yes.
and go do our casting tape.
I'm in.
I love you.
I love you
And I
so much.
am so excited that you are on this podcast.
Me too.
Everybody needs to follow Taniya Nayak, see what's up next, buy her products.
And watch Golden Love Island.
And please tune in to watch the Golden Love Island audition tapes because
Cheers.
we're about to film those. All of you guys listening to and watching Pap Smear Podcast, I love you. Thank you. Please rate this podcast because I know that's really important. I'm new in this game, but every single rating counts. Every single view counts. Every single download counts. And all of my guests are making that possible. So I love you and I love you. And let's go get our bikinis.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Allison. I'm from Sin City, baby. I love bubble tape and I love going to bed at 8:30 p.m. Love key. IRL. I'm looking for a guy that fishes for his own food because I'm a pescatarian. Also want to go to bed as early as I do. Bye. Tanya, namaste, baby. Honestly, I'm looking for a man who loves to watch the news and stay home at night and not go out ever. I love fiber and I love afternoon naps. Bye.